The yellow devours me like fever. It burns through my dreams, blazes across my vision, sets my mind aflame until I can no longer tell where the sun ends and my madness begins. They say I ate my paints once, desperate to consume the very colors that consumed me. Perhaps they're right. The taste of lead and chromium still lingers on my tongue, metallic as blood, bright as revelation. I was born dead, a replacement for another Vincent, my parents' first son who lived exactly 1 year before me. They gave me his name, his death date as my birth date, and the weight of replacing a ghost. Sometimes I wonder if that's why I've always been able to see the thin membrane between life and death, why my paintings pulse with a vitality that frightens even me. I've been chasing my brother's shadow since before I could walk. God was my first love, art my second, and madness came third, though now I cannot separate one from the others. As a young man, I thought I could save souls through the church, preaching to Belgian miners with a fervor that frightened my superiors. When they dismissed me for excessive zeal, I turned to drawing those same miners, their faces black with coal, their eyes burning with a light that spoke of both desperation and dignity. I knew then that perhaps I could save souls through art instead. The darkness followed me to Paris, where I discovered color as a drowning man discovers air. Impressionism cracked open my world like an egg, spilling new possibilities across my palette. But while others painted light dancing on water, I sought to paint the light that burns behind stars, the radiance that trembles just beyond human sight. My brother Theo understood, or tried to. Ah, Theo, my anchor, my champion, my most constant companion in letters, if not in life. How many times did you save me from starvation? How many times did you pull me back from the precipice of despair? The world sees only the mad artist in his bandaged glory, but you saw the man. The seizures came more frequently in Arles. The southern sun beat down like God's own spotlight, turning everything into molten gold. I painted as if possessed, trying to capture the savage vitality I saw in every cornfield, every cypress tree, every star wheeling overhead. The locals crossed themselves when I passed, this wild-eyed northerner who worked in the fields all day, muttering to himself as he slapped color onto canvas with desperate intensity. Then came Gogh, that proud peacock who I thought might help me establish my dreams of an artist's colony. For a brief moment, everything seemed possible. We painted side by side, argued about art, drank too much absinthe. But the voices in my head grew louder, the colors more demanding. That night, the night of the year, remains a blur of green liquor, yellow lamplight, and red. So much red. The asylum at Saint-Rémy became my refuge and my prison. Through my barred window, I watched the world transform itself again and again. The asylum gardens blazed with invisible fire. The olive trees danced like dervishes. At night, the stars swelled in patterns that spoke of infinite mathematics, a divine geometry that I alone could see. I painted with a frenzy that frightened even me, as if by capturing these visions I could somehow make sense of them. They say I only sold one painting in my lifetime. What they don't say is how little it mattered to me. Each canvas was a battle won in my private war against darkness. Each brush stroke an attempt to translate the language of eternity into human terms. The wheat fields rippling like golden oceans, the night sky pulsing with celestial energy, the sunflowers turning their faces toward an unseen light. These were my prayers, my prophecies, my attempts to show others the world as I saw it. Now, as I sit in Auvers with Dr. Gatchett, watching crows wheel above the wheat fields like omens, I wonder what it all means. The gun in my pocket feels heavy as destiny. The pain in my chest, is it lead or longing? The colors still burn behind my eyes. Yellow hot as revelation, blue deep as melancholy, green vibrant as madness itself. They say I'm better now, but better is a relative term, when you've seen what I've seen. The world was too bright for me, too loud, too full of colors that others couldn't see. Every blade of grass sang with divine fire. Every star pulsed like a wound in heaven's flesh. Perhaps that was my true madness, believing I could capture infinity on canvas, trap eternity in oils and pigments. And yet, even now, as the wheat field before me blazes with that familiar golden light, I can't help but reach for my brush one last time. The crows are circling lower, their wings cutting black signatures across the sky. They say art is long and life is short, but they never tell you how they both burn. Burn until there's nothing left but light and color and the endless, maddening beauty of it all. Listen, can you hear it? The colors are singing again, and this time, finally, I understand their song.